And we're gonna destroy everything. Okay. Hi guys. Let me just boop. Hi guys. Let me just make sure this worked, and it did, but it didn't ping anything. Oh my god, it's not pinging my stuff, bro. I'm kind of annoyed about that. It's supposed to ping, but it's not pinging. I don't know how to make it ping. This is kind of annoying. Sorry. Let me check something. Um Okay, so this is supposed to choose this. That's why. Okay, hold on, y'all. I am for who I'm gonna be. And I should just be able to. I need to edit some stuff really quickly, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Just give me a sec. It's annoying, but it's alright. It's alright. I suppose. I suppose it's okay. Sorry y'all. I'm testing stuff with my Discord server. So it didn't ping. I don't know why it didn't ping. It was supposed to ping. Next time it'll ping. I should have done this right this time. Awesome, cool. Let me check. That work? I don't know if that's gonna work or not. Anyway, Mr. Boy, thank you for redeeming. Hi there, and hello. Welcome to the stream. Just so you know, if you ever just feel like if you're not busy and you want to just bother me, you are free to join the voice chat. Just letting you know right now, you are 100% free to join. I don't particularly care that much if you join or not. It'd be cool if you join. It'd be cool. It's cool with me if you don't. Just wanted to let you know. I hope you've been doing good in the past like 2 hours that I haven't talked to you. Wow, 2 hours, huh? Also, I still have no idea why. Oh, that's. I still have no idea why Twitch is hating me, but whatever. Anyway, just gonna pop myself in the corner here. There we go. And then we have to go to this. Yeah, okay. You might a little later? Yeah, of course, of course. You are always welcome to just randomly join the voice chat. Um, Only because you were given power. I'm kidding. Anyway, ow, that hurt. I'm gonna code. We're starting a new project. I'm not gonna do the whole thing today. I'm gonna do some of it. I'm gonna do some writing, and then I might do some art. We'll see how I feel about it. So it looks like I need to implement. I don't need to implement person and student, but I need to implement util, DQ, and the driver should have everything that I already need, right? Yeah, the driver already does everything. So I just have to implement DQ and util. Gotcha. Easy. Cool. Moment. I have the power. Rah! Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You've got the power. um. Yeah. Anyway, I haven't added any. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I did update um my prices for all of my stuff. So they are slightly more expensive or slightly less expensive than before, and they probably don't make any sense to you. It might just look like a bunch of random numbers. These are each of the ones that I custom created have a specific number that is uh think of it as like It is the max number at a certain number of bits. So a bit is obviously binary code. So for example, with 1 bit, the max number you can have is 1. Um, I think it's with 3 bits, the max number you can have is 15. I think I could be wrong on that. Let me check. 1, 2, 4, 4. No, it's 4 bits. With 4 bits, the max you can have is 15. 5 is 31. Um, and I believe 8 is 255. 9 is 511, and so on and so on. But that's besides the point. You guys probably don't care much care about that. Just thought I'd let you guys know because I thought it was a cool addition to add. Also, Mr. Boy, since you're here, how is the audio with the music? How is the music audio? It's good? Alright, cool. How about my audio? Is it too loud or too low? That I need to know. Circular DQ, then util. Okay. So we start with circular DQ. This one. Maybe turn the music down a slight bit. Gotcha. I will turn that down. How's that? Is that better? Because me and the music are at the same level. Got you. Okay. How's that? Is that better? Yes? Alright, cool. Is it still too high or is it still okay? That's just fun. No. Okay. Great. And keep falling. Just keep falling. Okay, so we have to start obviously with the constructor, public circular DQ with the int value capacity. Hero いつも眠いというくせに地球だらって寝るとことかみんなの前では種なのにではてるなとことか本当に愛したやまないあなたのことヒーローになってよLINE だってしてたいし一緒に帰ったりしたよ放課後別に行くあなたの一人かと会いたいし自転はもしてみたけどそんな勇気はちっともなくて呆れるな振り向いて欲しくて意識して欲しくて香水のつけてでむせてあなたが欲しくてあなたのものになるだけで明日こそはでシミュレーションながらまた I don't think I can do this, right? Or can I? Yeah, no, I have to make it a new object array. No, からされてもなんともないだってヒロイン生きるっていうキスに Maybe not. I don't remember how to do this. 本当に愛したやまないなことだけのヒロインにならないかな教えて会いたいし相手がいない行きたいよ 너를 다시 그래 너彼女になんもてみたいけど呆れるな振り向いて欲しくて意識して欲くて巣をつけてなして君が欲しくて意識ものになるだけで明日こそ愛でシミュレーションのぬいながらまた明日パンパンパランパンパラダダダダダダンダダダダダダダダダダナナダダダナダダナダダダナダHmm. I think if I do this, なんて言わないだよ。なってくなよ。ずっとずっと見て。And then I cast that to T. That should work. しくて意識して欲しくて。好きなの。だだだだだふの。明日こそ会ってシミュレーションの香りがしたんだI'm just gonna start by writing out all the ones I need to do. Keep in mind that probably around 9:30-ish, I'm gonna move from coding to writing. Just keep that in mind. So that's in about an hour and 50 minutes now. I'm smiling back. November. Hard to go. The winter, but with you I felt no cold. But I thought that we would end it the day I went back home. Half empty, you left me on my own. Could I be without the one who ends my life? Remove front, remove rear. Let you know when you will arrive. Been running around the world for me, living behind your entire life. That it will work out, there's no future without you and I. You've been in my heart has told you to. That it would survive. Da 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 da. I'm just gonna do this. Paradise, I hope it never ends. There we go. Was I too much today? Nah, you're good. You're good. What was I thinking? What was I doing to say? I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Frick. There was something I was gonna say, and now I can't remember. Frick, dude. Frick my life. It had some. Oh, it was something. I was gonna talk to you about something, but now I can't remember what it was. What? What was I gonna mention? Frick. My brain is My brain is not braining right now. Oh my gosh, my glasses. Gotta take out my headphones and then put my glasses back on and then put back on my headphones. Hold on again. Oh my goodness me. Yikes. Alright, that should be all I need. Coolio. Oh wait, Mr. Boy. Um, if you're still here, I showed you my novel, right? Know that it will work out. There's no future without you, and I want you to. If size equals capacity, throw. Fighting flames of fire, hang on to burning wires. We don't care anymore. Yo, yep, okay. Um, how would you like to? I need some feedback on what I have written so far. For my for chapter 2. So, do you want to get like a little sneak peek so I can see what people think about it? And the seats right through the city. I'll go every Chicago to the smoke right through the window. This is all we know. This is all we know. So Tyler, to you, I'd love to help out in any way I can. Cool. Um. Okay, let me just copy and paste it into a Google Doc. Um. On with lifting rhythms. We should let this go. We're falling apart, still we hold together. That's the answer we chase forever. This is all we know. This feeling's all we know. I'll call it Chapter 2 Snippet. First you tell me, hit this and let's go. Right through the window. This is all we know. Actually, let's leave that. That's what? 3 pages? 2 pages. Okay. I want to grab a link. All right, let me send that to you, Mr. Boy. Um, oh, I should make some channels in the Discord server to promote my novel and also the game when I get to it. Something in the air. It was something in the air. Fair. About you. Okay, so it should start at the rightmost index and move left. At the end of this method, front should have the index of where the front element is located. Keep this in mind when you code other methods. From the access of your love. Find a way on the axis of your love. Okay, I want to write this as an actual like front, back, front, rear. So here's what we're gonna do. Love. Add rear. We'll just add to the end, or wherever the size is, or wherever rear is. I need to stay. I know. I'll give you feedback. You don't have to. Hey, if you're going to join in later, you might as well just give it to me verbally if you want to. You don't have to, but yeah. I'll take any feedback. I want you to be as straight with me as possible, and I do mean straight. Yeah, sorry. Yes, at the road from at the axis of your love. Find a way to on the axis of your love. Okay. The capacity is the total capacity. So if you have a capacity of 3, your highest index is going to be 2, your size is still going to be 3. Yes, that makes sense. Can't have my word from the axis of your love. So what we do here is we'll just push everything in the array. Does that not work? Eh? Oh? There's nothing named element, but alright, sure. For every element in DQ, I can't do that. I have to do this with the a normal for loop. Bet these past few days to be proud about it. Rain from all those fast food chains. I'm actually gonna do. Thought about it. The days are brighter. Lost myself. Then the problem is this must be less than dq.length minus 1. That should work. Music is my bandit. And then the front should never change its value anyway, so we'll leave it. Dun, dun, dun. All the lights, memories, okay, all black and white. And mentally, yeah, days are brighter, feeling tied up. It's every day. About it, the songs about it. Moment that I lost myself. should work, supposedly. We make a new array, we copy all the elements over, and then we cast it. And we add that to the front. Then we increase the size. Oh, I have to actually change the value of rear then, right? So, rear should have the index of where the next rear element would go. So the next rear element, in a case like this, we do rear plus plus. So, let's say you have three. Let's say you have a circular DQ with 4 at the capacity of 4, and you already have 2 items in it, here and here. So your rear is going to be at index 2, your front's going to be at index 0. You're going to push these 2 here, you're going to put the front there. Now rear should be at 3, which works. Perfect, okay. So you add 1 to rear, you leave front alone. Great, okay, now with this, firstly, if size equals capacity, I could probably just make a function for that. Why not just do that? I'm too lazy. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to do that. You watched how we have found. Even though I know you're not the one, miss you daily. We'll just do DQ. DQ of rear is equal to element rear plus plus size plus plus, and that should be all I need to do with that one. Gonna miss you daily, broken, but I know I'll get over you. I'll try to focus on what's in front of me and not behind. If size is 0, I'm just gonna make a method for this. This God placed on my heart, need to be apart. Might not be the one. Check empty. And all this is going to do is if size is equal to 0. Well, we do have is empty, don't we? No, we have is full. Do we have an is empty? There is an is empty. I didn't put that in. What? Public boolean is empty. Now the sky plate. Then I don't actually need check empty. We just use is empty in each of these. All we have to do is say, so is empty if size equals 0. That's simple. Return true. Return false. If it's full, if size equals capacity, return true. Which means, actually up here, rather than just compare, we just say, not here, sorry. Here, instead of checking this, we just say if is full, canyon to the beach, away to my cheeks and blankets easily. Underneath. Legal state exception, right? Does it not? I don't tend to stop. The light every night. Justify lives, and if you have to fit This is going to be in all of them, right? DQ70, DQ70, yep. So we're just gonna love to borrow. I never in my eyes. And if you have to know. I'm actually gonna implement peak front and peak rear before I implement remove front and remove rear. Okay, so peak the front. All it needs to do is return DQ at front. And for peak rear, this needs to return DQ at rear -1. If you have to lie. And then what we can do here is we can say, all right, T value is going to be equal to peak front first. I spelled peak wrong. Look, man, it's just peak. Okay, what can I say? And then we just remove it afterward. So if we're removing it, then we have to shift everything back down. So what we need to do is we need to essentially make a new object. Actually, do we need to? We don't need to. But we can just say for int which is equal to 0, I must be less than dq dot length I plus plus. For everything up to the length, we start at 1 though because we're peeking the front. dq of I minus 1 is equal to dq of I. So 0 is now 1, 1 is now 2, 2 is now 3, all the way up until the end. And then from there, all we have to do now is size minus minus. And since we moved everything down, rear minus minus. And then we can return value. And then so remove rear, it's just going to be T value equals peak rear. Cane breaks defense. And then since we're just removing the end, we don't really actually need to do anything. We just have to say, all right, dq of, we do rear minus minus, size minus minus, dq of the now less rear is going to be set equal to null. And then we return value. For my life, what's with your delay? That's almost everything, right? Killing time. To clear it, we just set everything equal to null. Size is set equal to 0. And rear set back equal to 0. Minute to glance down the street where no hope surrounds you. Fill the gaps before you. Do you see what we've become? I don't know what the two string is supposed to do here. Losing and losing, the only one. Let me look at the tests. The only one. Take me away, I'm running for my life. Okay, so it's supposed to print this. I'm actually going to copy and paste that really quickly so I can see what it's supposed to look like. I'm just going to put it as a comment here. Bam. Okay. So it is going to essentially print out So first we start with string result being set equal to circular dq space. And then what we're going to do is you're going to say, okay, actually we can say dq equals no space for int I, which is equal to 0. I must be less than dq dot length I plus plus. If oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this. So they added 10 to the front here. So 10 was added not to 0. Interesting. Added 20 to the front. For just one night stay. Heartache. Me too. My shoes. And just for one day. So 30 is the front, 20 is the rear. They set rear equal to 0, front equal to 2, size equal to 3. Interesting. Why would they do that? What the hell? I'm confused now. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Why would that do that? Stumbling down, down. Okay, hold on. Oh my god. Okay, so the frontest element is 30, the rearest element is 10. Okay, sure. But both front and rear start with being 0. My shoes for just one night stay. Interesting. So in this case, what did they do? So here they set the rear as 0. They set the front as 2. So this is 0, where 10 is. And that is 2. In my case, what I have, so if they added 10, so 10 would be added to here, 20 would be added to here, 30 would be, okay, it's 10 here, 10 shift, 20 here, those shift, 30 here, okay. So in this case, in the case where I need to write this out, I've actually swapped what they did. So I'm actually going to say, instead of going from 0 to length, this is going to be equal to the length minus 1, and I must be greater than or equal to 0, and we're going to go minus minus. So now, if dq dot, if dq of I equals null, result plus equals null, comma, otherwise result, okay, because, okay, the first one, there's no space. So the second one has a space. So what we do is we put a space there. Result plus equals dq dot dq of I dot toString by the darkness. And then in between, like I've haunted. And then what we do is we replace that point. So we say results then equals result dot substring from 0 to result dot length minus 2, which will put us before the comma, plus closing bracket, comma, space. Then result plus equals front equals plus rear dot rear plus comma space plus rear equals plus front plus behind me. There I used to be something inside me did to be set free. I was calling out your name, crying out in pain. You don't even feel the shame, no, no, no. That. And then this is what we return. The poison, had enough of what no more. The poison, don't you know? Sing it, Brett, bruh. The heart's so cold. Try to run, you won't let go. Ha ha. Bap bap ch. Bap bap ch. Ch. Bap ch. Bap bap ch. The poison. I should be able to run the driver. But nowhere in the driver does it 2 strings, so let's do this. Let's do that. And then let's just 2 string by doing the same thing that I do in the test. So we create this. Let's copy and paste what we need into the driver. Bam, and then we're going to get rid of assert equals. We're going to do this. Let me do that. And then we are going to system.out.println dq.toString. Run as Java application. Morning eyes, like fucking stars. Fuck you by. Without a thought, you'll be mine. Hold your hands tonight. All that I want this time. I'll imagine you fell in love. The moonlight skies with you. Picture us you with the waves. That's all I wanna face. Why is it 10, 20, 30 though? Eh? I'm confused now. What the heck did I do wrong here? So essentially what... Okay, hold on. So because we added 10, shift 20, shift 30 here. So it's 30, 20, 10, null, null. Okay. But in their case, they have it be... Null, null, 30, 20, 10. So I don't know. What is this? Thank you for a demon hydrate. I will drink some stuff. Thank you for the demon hydrate. Oh, this is annoying. Oh, let the air let me fly with you forever. I don't understand what the they did. That's the thing. Okay, hold on. Okay. So, they added 10 in the middle, added front, pushed the 10, or... I'm confused. Okay, I'm confused because they add fronted the whole thing. And by their logic, that means that they added 10 right in the middle, which isn't really the front, but sure. So you add it in the middle, then they pushed it 10, pushed that 30. And front should start at the rightmost index and move left. Okay. So front should start at 5. You mean? Okay. Fuck. Let's rewrite my whole code. Great. This is wonderful. So, um, it's a front. Front is supposed to start at the rightmost index and move to the left. So you do it here, whereas rear should start at the leftmost index and move right. What is this? Oh my god, this is actually pissing me off. Okay. So we have to add to the front. This piss. Okay, so it starts at the rightmost index. So the actual index of front is the capacity minus whatever value you have in front minus 1. No, that doesn't make sense either. Stay here with me. Here with me. Oh. So we do if is empty, because I'm just gonna hard code in the first part, because the first part. So if it's empty, front is gonna be set equal to 5, because front needs to be where the index is, right? Correct. Okay. And then it's gonna move. Oh wait, no, I got this. This is easy. This is I don't need that. If front equals 0, front equals 5. Well, front equals 4, but same difference. So if front is 0, then you move it to 4, because now it's going to go all the way around. Um, and you push everything to the left. No, you don't. What? What? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this test. This is number 3. So number 3 is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm just going to copy and paste this really quickly. So this is test 3. And I can't print in there. Okay. So I'm actually just gonna. So we add 10 to the front. So front is there. Bam, right at 4. Okay. Now we add to the rear. So 20 is here. Cool. So now 10 is going to be at 4. So front's at 4. 20 is going to be at 1. Well, not 1. 20 is at 0. The index of rear is going to be at 1. We add front 30. So now 30 is going to be at -1. At -1 at there. Okay. Now they add to the rear 40. So now 40 is 1. So now rear should be 0, 1, 2. Rear should be 2. Front should be 3. Now we add front 50. Wait. Oh, then they add rear 60. Okay, hold on. So then they add 50 to the front. So adding 50 to the front should put it where that 60 is right now. So front should be 0, 1. It should be at 2. Okay. So currently front is at 2, rear is at 2 as well. They're both at 2. Then we remove the front. By removing front, remove 2. Front moves back to 3. So now front is 3, rear is still 2. Front is 3, rear is 2. Now we add to the rear 60. So front is 3, rear is 2. We add rear. Rear is now 3, front is 3. Rear is 3, front is 3. And then we remove front. 30 is now gone. Front becomes 4 at the 10, but rear is still 3. Okay, sure. But why is there still a 30 in there? That doesn't make sense. They don't have trust. The us. The us. They can't mess with us. They can't mess with us. Oh. Well, that should be null. Together. Be loneliness. Oh. is a mess. Need the fence to fake the wilderness. And hope to die, taking this one step at a time. Alright, I think I get it. I had to walk myself through it, but I think I understand it. The other, oh, oh. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Oh, 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 oh. So basically, no matter what we do here, first and foremost, um, front has to become where we're going to place it, right? So if front is 0, so if front is 0 and we've already checked that it's not full, which means that there is space to place something, right? If front is 0 and it's not full, then we set front equal to 4. Sure, why not? We set front equal to 4. And now we place at 4. So if front is 0, front equals 4. And then in any other case, we do front minus minus. So if it's a 4, we go to 3. If it's a 3, we go to 2. If it's a 2, we go to 1. If it's 1, we go to 0. If it's 0, we go to 4. And then from there, we place whatever we have into that spot in the DQ. So then we say, okay, DQ of front is going to equal element. Okay, now that we've added that, size plus plus of the other. Right? I feel like that's right, but I don't know because I don't know. We do size plus plus. We already modified front, so then that should be all we have to do here. Then for add rear starts at 0, so we don't worry about that. We have to say, all right, well, if rear equals 4, rear equals 0. No. If rear equals 5, rear is immediately set equal to 0. Other than that, we place where rear is. So then we'll say, okay, DQ of rear is equal to element. Then we do rear plus plus. So then the next time it comes around, so we place it at 0, now rear is at 1. Now we'll place it at 1, rear is now 2. We place it at 2, rear is now 3. Oh. Da, 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 So now if we remove front, we have to completely modify remove front. And so the way that this is going to work is peak front just takes it at front, right? So that's okay. That'll work. Because front is where you want it to be. Rear is where you want the next one to be, which is still going to be a minus minus, so that's okay. But this is going to be different. In order to remove it from the array, don't tell me why. In order to fuck, okay. My life. We have to do DQ of front is equal to null. And then front plus plus to reset it to where it should be, where the old front is. Oh no, then we have to say, okay, well, if front equals 4. If it's already 4, then we set front equal to 0. Otherwise, front plus plus. On me down. And then we size minus minus, obviously. We peak the rear, which is rear, and then peak rear automatically takes it -1, so that's alright. Okay, but what if rear is 0? Well, that's... Ooh, okay. Interesting, I didn't think of that. Okay, because front is never going to be higher than 0 or 4, but rear could give a 5. So what if I just move this to here? And that completely fixes it. Now we add 1, and if rear is 5, we set it back even to 0. We don't have to worry about it. Now the problem though is when we peak rear, if the rear is 0, and we try to -1, then that's not going to work, right? So then we have to say, well, if rear is equal to 0, because that's the next value, just in case it ever is, we have to return dq of capacity -1, right? So here, front has to be equal to capacity -1. That's you. Something I read through. So here, if rear is equal to capacity, messed up in left town. I forget now. Oh, your goal. Let's stay low. Turn back around and I'll be walking. Thank you for redeeming check that posture. I don't know why it didn't play the sound. It should have. Sorry about that. I missed that. Or maybe it played it and I just didn't hear it. I'll have to look into that. But thanks for that. I'm gonna check my posture. Also, are you in the voice chat? Oh, you are. Okay, hold on. I didn't even realize you joined because of streamer mode. Let me pop your image over. You're very big. Yeah, I know. There we go. Now you're small boy. I didn't even realize you were in here. That's streamer mode for you, I guess. I'm gonna unshrimp myself. Holy fuck. Okay. Am I doing this right? Fuck, dude. Holy shit. Okay. When we peak rear, we have to say, if rear is 0, we need to return dq of capacity -1, because we have to peak where the rear used to be. Otherwise, we return dq of rear -1. We don't have to worry about front, because front is never going to go higher than capacity or 0. So now we call it peak rear. We do rear -. And then we say, well, if rear equals 0, rear equals capacity -1, right? Because now that resets it to the end there. You've been here like 30 minutes? Jesus. Really? I've been too focused on my code, I haven't noticed. I'm gonna be real. Me walking down broken roads. We have to take the rear value. We rear -, if it's 0, we set equal to capacity -1, because that's where the original rear would have been, and then we dq the rear. Okay. This theoretically should work. I don't think there's anything that I did in here that... Okay, now I should properly do the front. So we just say front. Rear. We do it from 0, 0 to less than dq dot length I++, obviously. So if I run this in the driver, and then we compare that to public test 1, we get circular dq. dq equals, I'm missing that, but I can replace that later. Null, comma, space null, comma, space 30, comma, space 20, comma, space 10. Front equals 2, rear equals 0, sides equals 3. Oh my god. Guys, I think I just did it. Holy fuck. Very too well. Do. I need another bracket there. I haven't been checking chat at all. Oh my god. Kill me. Don't worry about tit? Yeah, we don't worry about tits at all, bruh. We never worry about those. Anyway. Okay. So I did that. Now I just got to test the rest of them. My life. Refrigerator, 9 Okay, so I know at the very least. Right, so actually we can just test all the public tests without testing them. Let me just delete this. This is a masterpiece. Have it all. Remember it all too well. Can me like a promise. Really cruel in the name of being honest. A piece of paper lying here. So let's test add front here in my student test, since that's what this is for, obviously. And then we're just gonna pop that in there, run it as a test. Does that pass or does that not pass? 2 runs, 0 errors, 1 failure. Perfect. Okay, now we can check the rest of dumb that I can actually do right now, which is this one. I think the night walked home alone. They first think there's innocence. It sounds like me. We got 2 failures, so this one fails. Great, good to know. So, let me go with the capacity of 3. How does this one fail? Illegal state exception dot class. Okay. So when the DQ is full and we're adding to the rear, if is full. Legal state exception. I believe I spelled that right. It could be possible that I wrote is full wrong. If the size is equal to the capacity, return true, otherwise return false. Okay. Let me, if this runs, system.out.print ran, and let me run the JUnit test again. So it doesn't even reach that point. So something else happens before it can do that. So I need to figure out what that is. So something happens in between there and there. So let me go into the debug mode. Go like thoughts of you. And let me add a bunch of breakpoints at each add rear. And now we're gonna run it as we're gonna debug it. Rather. Okay, so we're gonna go to add rear first. Into my life just like another season. So now that we're in add rear, let's see. I need to step into. So we step into add rear. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Step into. We just got to keep stepping into until we get there. Okay, now we're back here. Great. Okay, so now we're going to go to is full. Is full is going to run. It's going to return false, which it's supposed to. Perfect. And now we're going to go here. DQ rear equals element. So that's so in this case, rear is 0, front is 0. That makes sense. Since we didn't change front at all, size should be 0. So far, so good. We're going to step into rear plus plus. So now rear is going to give us 1. And if rear's capacity, we set rear equal to 0. Cool. All right. So we're good. Now we step into. We're going to add 20. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're going to go into here. We're going to check is full. It shouldn't do anything in is full. It's going to return false. Perfect. Okay. And now we're going to go here. DQ rear. Rear is 1. Oh. I'm so stupid. I didn't increase the size. I'm actually dumb. Kill me. Oh my god. I can't believe this. I cannot believe oh, bro. How am I so stupid? Shit. Oh my god. And now we pass it. Perfect. Thank you. Let me just system that out, delete that. All over again. We will keep on changing, just like another season. This one I can check as well. By your side, only season. Yeah. How's this? Ran 2, failure 1. Perfect. So that one works completely fine. And now we check this one. We failed it. Oh no, what did we fail? So clearly we failed something when we printed it out as public test 03. So what we should do is before we check, we system.out.print dq.toString to see what the difference is. I'm gonna run. Because it could be something completely stupid that I might have just missed. So let's see here. Circular DQ. Good. DQ equals 20, comma space 40, comma space 60. Oh. I'm actually gonna, I might bring this up with, I'm gonna do this in Piazza really quickly. Side by side. Imagine we're dancing in the moonlight. Only imagine. Want to know if you will be my favorite song, my little melody. We could be a symphony, then we will be A perfect harmony. Da, 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 da. Why did... Okay. This test I should have beat, so I'm gonna message my professor about that. Because that shouldn't be like that. That should be working. With you. You never knew. Sight and out of mind. Don't want to be with you. The next time I saw your face, nothing I can do. 2 failures. Wonderful. Good to know. All I want is to be with you. We imagine words like burning through the night. Only imagine us both never side by side. Only imagine we're dancing in the moonlight. Only imagine. Let's run that. Ah! I didn't want to do that. I want to know if you will be. And then I need public test 4. Circular DQ. DQ equals 20, 60, 50, 30, 10. Front 1 for year 2. Size 2, capacity 5. What? Hold on a minute. Okay. So, we add 10, 20. Hold on a minute. So they don't actually remove anything. They just Oh. Oh, that's bullshit. What? Okay. Well, now I know. We could be. They don't actually do anything. They just change where front and... Well, that's bull. That's so bull. That's actually bull, bruh. Still 2 failures, doesn't matter. But in this case, DQ equals 20, 60, 50, 30, 10. Now the only problem is rear should be 3, not 2. Or should it? Let me go through the student test. Okay. So we add 10, obviously 10, add front 10, add rear 20, add front 30, add rear 40, add front 50. So currently front should be 4, 3, 4, front should be 2, and rear should be 2 as well. We remove from rear. So removing rear is going to basically move rear back down to 1. So now rear is 1. And then we add front. So we replace, because front was 50, its front was 2, so now front is 1, so this is now 60, sure. Rear is still going to be at 1. We remove rear again, so we get rid of 20. So now rear should be at 0, okay? And then since rear is at 0, we remove rear, rear goes to 4, remove rear, rear goes, okay, hold on, wait. Rear goes to 4, rear goes to 3. Okay, yeah, so that should be at 3, not at 2. So why is that at 2? What is wrong with remove rear that's doing this? Oh! If rear equals -1, then that should fix it. Yep, there we go. Cool. That fixed that one. This next one I should just be able to copy and paste, but the last one I don't think I can, right? Yeah, because I need to test it. Holy fuck. This is for public test 5. I failed it. Of course I did. Of course I fucking did. Okay. System.out.print. Closer when I'm rushing after you. You're chasing fire. No other way. Circular DQ. DQ equals. Apparently nothing. Okay, what? Did I... Oh. It's because of clear. Just set the sides back to 0, the rear back to 0, front back to 0. Dimples. Future. This abuser. Thought of each other. And then I pass it. Okay. And that just leaves one more to test. And the bad ones. But think what happened. If I fire and I already passed that one. Great. Cool. Need your love. Love tonight. I need your love. Sin. The hell of it. Hey, Mr. Boy, question for you, really quickly. So, I can't help but notice that in your connections on Discord, you have a Twitch account connected called Legend Whisperer. That's your old one? Really? um It's okay. I'm not gonna do anything. I probably won't do anything about it. Probably. Gotta keep it simple. The way that you know your love tonight. Like, I was just wondering why you didn't connect your VTube account to your Discord if your Discord is gonna be called Eternal Boy anyway. Need your love tonight. I need your love. I'll be okay to keep it simple. Out of the way. Da, 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 da. What is this shit? Oh my god. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me write this first, and then I'll write that, because that is crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. I see you changed it. I see you just changed it. Oh my god. You know what? To be fair, I used to have some stuff connected as well. Um, And then I removed all of them. So now I only have 2 connections. Modern loneliness, you're never alone. Actually, let me see. What are my connections? How many connections do I have? Can I can't see that because I have streamer mode enabled. Never mind. I'm not gonna go look at that. Loneliness, get what you get. So my loneliness, I love to get high, but we don't know how to come down, Made to pieces. Oh my dear. You know what's really weird to me? There's streamers out there that I follow, and it just says I can knock to collaborate for no. They don't follow me back. I don't know why I can knock to collaborate on them. No reason to get up. I am to find a reason to listen. Okay, so I have to use the ones that are imported. I can't import regex. How to remove all non-alpha numeric characters from a string in Java. We don't know how to come down. Let's see if I can do that. So we're gonna do s is equal to s dot replace all, and then it's gonna be the wonderful regex that I know and love, the not a. Actually, let me set everything to lowercase so I don't have to worry about that. So let's set everything lowercase. So s is equal to s dot to lowercase, and then s is going to equal s dot replace all. Then loneliness to get high, but we don't know how to come down. A to z, 0 to 9, because it's already lowercase. Down. Know how to come down. Then we replace it with a blank. Know how to come down. We don't know how to come down. Now that we've done that, always the best. Then uses circular DQ to store characters and checks to see if the input is a palindrome. Alright. So then circular DQ of string palin checker is equal to new circular DQ string. And this needs to take s dot length. Things would be like they used to. Wouldn't be like through you. I miss you. Say I wish you'd stay. No. Da da da. Oh, okay. So, if it is a palindrome, if I should be able to add front, add rear. And then by doing that, I can compare. So from the beginning and the end, ooh, what's the best way to do this? Things would be like they used to. And we'll never see right through you. And I miss you. I'd be lying if I didn't say I wish you'd stay. I'm gonna need a different thing for if it is. Baby, da, 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 da. Even or odd, right? So I'm gonna do that. So let's say if s dot length equals if s dot length mod 2 equals 0, do this, otherwise do this, right? So obviously if it is mod 2, then it's even. And if it's even, then we can split it in half. So we'll have string front equals s dot substring 0 0, which is inclusive, to s dot length divided by 2. I think that should work because it's exclusive. I think that should be fine. So if you have an even string, let's say hate. Hate. It's 4, 0 to 2. We'll take you 0, 0 and 1, and then, yeah, that should be fine. And then you go 2 to 3. Yep, perfect. Okay, so now we have the front and the back, and then all we have to do is compare them, right? So 4 int I is equal to 0. I must be less than front dot length. They're going to be the same anyway, so it doesn't matter. I have no place to hide. Dead in the eye. And then we're going to go I++. And then by doing that, we can say for int I, which is equal to back dot length minus 1. I must be greater than or equal to 0. I minus minus. And we're going to do get me. Oh, hold on. I can only use one circular DQ. I can call any methods, no additionals. I can, in the input string, check for palindrome. I have to use circular DQ somehow. Then what about this? What if instead of making one that is the same length, we make one that is the length divided by 2? And then what we do, we're ready for a fight, is we have the front and we have the back, right? If we have the front and the back, then we can essentially flip it. Thank you for redeeming stretchies, Mr. Boy. I really needed that. And the hydrate. Thank you for redeeming hydrate. I'm going to have to go and grab. What did hydrate? Did hydrate? Oh, okay. No, it just does it twice. Okay. What? What does it do it twice? Or is that just how long the animation is? I don't know. Whatever. I'll go get. I gotta get something to drink. So I'll be right back, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. I got myself fruit. um, I did unmute, right? Okay, good, I did. Back, please. Tell me no more like this before again. Okay. What was I thinking? Right. If I use the front and I add rear, bam, bam. I should just be able to do Palin checker dot add rear to of front dot substring of I comma I plus 1. So at each specific thing, and then once we've done that, we set a boolean palindrome, which is going to be set equal to true. We're going to assume true, and then we're going to say, all right, well, for and I, which is equal to 0, I must be less than back this time dot length I plus plus if back dot substring of I comma I plus 1 dot equals palin checker dot remove from the front, right? Okay, let me think. Let me think of that. Let me think about that. Does that work? Because we added rear the whole time, which means front is still going to be at 0, right? So if we remove front when front is at 0, then we get the thing at 0, and then we add to front. Boom, 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 boom. So we get that in the same order that we put in the rear, right? I think. So difficult, I'm exhausted, but I did not fall. I hope. So if this is good, so if this isn't true, then we set palindrome equal to false. To the sound, I'm happy with what I have done. Just breathe. And actually, palindrome should be specified at the top. Palindrome should be specified out here. And then, in the else statement, we have to get everything except the middle. So if you have something like hello, you want 0 and 1. You want to skip over 2, and we want to get 3 and 4. So the total thing is going to be 5, right? You divide that by 2, you get 2.5 round down to 2. So now you're at 0, 1, 2. So you take the substring from 0 to the divide by 2 like you normally would, and then you take it from where you divided by 2 plus 1. Okay. I am spending a lot more time on this code than I thought I needed to. I'm trying to win this fight. That's just to be safe. Then, for int I, which is equal to 0, I must be less than front dot length I plus plus palin checker dot add rear front dot substring comma I plus 1 for int I, which is equal to 0, I must be less than back dot length I plus plus. If not back dot substring for I comma I plus 1 dot equals Hallen checker dot remove front. Palindrome equals false, and at the end we just return palindrome. Now we can test this by going over here and just do util.is palindrome of race car. We can just check that. Let me actually copy paste this into a test. Come on, tell me, and then run that. Oh man, and that failed. Oh no. Okay. Let's do this. Once we've printed it out, let's do this. Let's do palin checker dot system.print println palin checker dot to string, because this is going to give me some good information, and then system.print that you know. Please tell me that you won't be. I really need to know that you won't be here tonight. I actually need to put it here and here. So I can get it right after that. And once you've done that, you can also compare it with back. Step or two over. So now let's try that, run that again and see what happens. Okay. So we get car. RAC. And back is car. RAC. So what if we, oh, you know what? I'm stupid. I bet it's because I should just do remove rear. Why did I do remove front? What am I doing? The whole point was to reverse it. Why would, what am I? Pass. Thank you. Holy I'm actually an idiot. Oh my god, I am so smart. Not really, but still. Okay, cool. That's done. Great. Now it's, I guess I'll write for a bit. If y'all are okay with that. My mind, the love it all just got us blind. As we know, we've gotta save him so that you won't be. I like Mr. Boy, I like how you've just been here, but you haven't been talking this whole time. Bam. Total. Let me actually go client area. You don't have the privilege to chat. Oof. Oof. Oof, that's sad. Oh wait, what? You can't unmute? Hold on. You should have the... What the fuck? Okay, why didn't you tell me this earlier, buddy? Realized the time is crazy when you're on my mind. You're right. I still care. When you're moving on, I hope you know that I still there. I'll be there. I'll be there for you. Okay, try now. You should be able to do it now. Are we good? Does it work? You should be able to speak now, buddy. No? Okay, hold on. Try leaving and rejoining. Discord does that sometimes. Yes. There we go. Okay. Sorry, my bad. I forgot. Okay, I forgot to turn on speak for content creator. You should have brought that up with me. That's important, man. I was feeling lonely. Not really, but yeah. Oh man, I did, and I wanted to talk about that really quickly, actually. The part where you were going to give me shit about explain what flux areas are, and then I explained them right in the next bit was really funny to read. Yeah, see, when I I'm trying to do like a slow introduction to the world building because I don't want to like dump everything at once. Dude, I spent I spent a year and a half developing the power system of this world before I even started writing it. uh, I really want to get into the meat. Uh I thought of a joke and then I paused for a second. Um I really want to get into the meat of the story, right? But you have to I need to set everything up before I can do that. So the first part of that is flux areas. Sneeze? Yeah. Um do you think my explanation of the flux areas makes sense? Well, actually, I need to let me highlight. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do something, which is highlight the name of the planet that they're on. Let me do that. Mm, you can feel it, right? If only you had the other 400 words that I wrote past that. But I wanted to put a snippet so that it wasn't like the whole thing that I've written so far. So you can still enjoy the chapter when it comes out. Mm-hmm. You'll probably forget by then. Pages. Words. Ain't no way I could write 400 pages. Well, I mean, I probably could, but it would take me ages to do that. Thank you. Let me check. How many words is it on the snippet that I gave you? Um, tools, word count. 920. Okay. Um, is it, so the chapter is going to be 4 times the size of the snippet. Yeah, about. Apparently, 3,600 words a chapter is a lot larger than you normally get in a web novel. But to make up for it, um, it takes me longer to write. Ugh. Yeah. I hope so. Wolfie. Sorry, I just got a message. Whoa, whoa, whoa. First off, the important thing about the no NSFW rule, right, is I'm not talking about like saying those kind of things. I'm talking about like sending. Yeah, like we're talking about stuff that would make normal people uncomfortable, not like jokes. Jokes are fine. Of course, if the joke is much too inappropriate or about something that maybe you shouldn't joke about, then I might, or the mods might take action. But besides that, you're fine. And how are we going to moderate the voice chats? Let's be real. Mm-hmm. Simp. Oh wait, you're reading my Twitch rules, right? I honestly, I haven't looked at those in like a year and a half. Oh, let me go check what they are. How do I check that? Um, fuck. How do I find my rules? What? Scroll down. There we go. Found it. Okay. Haha. Oh shit, you're right. Wait, hold on. When did that happen? What? Wait, that was that was a week ago. A week ago. What? How did I not? Hold on. What's 23 minus 7? Today's the 23rd. Okay. June 16, 2025 with 75 followers. There we go. Now I can update that. Boom. All right. There we go. Now it's updated. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Honestly, I'd probably get more followers if I streamed at a time where more people would actually watch. You get more people than me, so. And to be fair, I usually do art, so people don't usually watch anyway. Mm. You're not. You're probably more popular than me in terms of like in terms of content creator friends. I would say you probably have more than I do. Now, if we had been talking 6 or 7 months ago, I definitely would have had more content creator friends than you. Breakups are the worst. Is it me? As you should, lover boy. Wow, you actually like talk to people? That's crazy. Oh. Oh, interesting. So you, mm-hmm. Yeah, there are some VTubers that I support, but I don't like check up on them. Oh, that's basically yeah. What you're describing is basically what I do with Rain. I don't like ever actually message her. Well, for me, it's more, because I'm underage. I feel like it'd be weird if I did message her. So I'm gonna wait, and then I'm gonna and then once I do it, I'm just gonna message her random things. Like I rarely ever message. I actually okay. Out of the content creator friends that I have right now, I message like maybe two of them. There's you, and then I guess it's really just you that I message. No, wait, no, I message Neon. Like, usually I just bother her about art stuff, so I don't know if that counts. I'll just message her, be like Neon, help me with this, please, and then she'll give me art advice. I mean, I would say that like in terms of art artists, right? Um, I'm like a junior artist. Neon is like a senior artist. It only makes sense that I'd ask her art questions. Also, like I've known Neon now for a really long time. Like in terms of like the internet sphere, like a year, I would say. About the same amount of time that I've known maybe more than I've known Rain. What? Mhm. Yeah, there you go. Because like I'm just now realizing I met Neon when she had like just turned 18. Which is weird to think about because she's 19 now. I was a really young person. And actually, I've known Rain for a year. That's weird. Probably more than a year now. I don't remember when I followed her. April? Maybe April. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. It. Hmm. We're not best friends. Yes, she recognizes me. Hmm. Why would I get kidnapped or jumped? Actually, that's fair. There are some people in her chat that might actually do that. You've been kidnapped and jumped? Well, you see, the thing is, I live in a very safe area. By Ahi? I don't know, man. That cringe. Yeah, cringe. That's cringe. Just be like me. You can't get shot. Say it. Yes. Why was that bad? Oh, I don't know, man. Just don't stand around. I don't know. Don't they say that if you wear a turtleneck, you're always seen as as a safe. If you have a turtleneck and you're holding a cup of coffee, you'll be safe. Oh man. Mm, mm. No, I'm not typing right now either. I'm just sitting. Well, technically, I'm writing. I'm just trying to think of what to write next, so I'm not doing anything right now. Yeah, because I'm thinking about what I want to do next. What? Muscles? What? What? What about mushroom? Oh, yeah, that. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, um, whether or not I want to drag out a section to make it feel heavier, or if I want to just skip it over and then just go straight to the next point. So I'm thinking about it. What would be the best way to add some foreshadowing in there without dragging the pace of the story? See, the thing is, though, I've already kind of dragged it out a lot. Um, because I've been setting up the how the arc is gonna go since the beginning of the first chapter. Although, granted, there's still a lot more setup I have to do for later arcs down the line. I already added some foreshadowing for the second arc, and then I don't know if you'll be able to find the foreshadowing, but you might be able to. It is in the section that you read. Mm-hmm. mm, kind of, I think. I I really, I really want to just nerd out about the power system that I've been developing because I'm it's is me nerding out about the power system going to spoil anything about the people, the characters, the setting? Yes. That's the problem. I'm so tempted. The only person that I've told about the power system is a friend of mine who's also writing their own novel because I was giving them advice on how to set up the power system. Their novel has 3 chapters out. Mine only has one, and but also, um, if once I get chapter 2 out, I'll probably have as much content as like 5 of their chapters. So I am taking my time. The problem is, it's been 2 months. Here's the thing, right? The reason so here's the thing about the way that I write stories, which is um, I plan out the arcs, right? But I only plan out the important sections of the arc, like the really important sections. So, like, for example, in this first arc, the only part that I actually planned out was car ride, dojo, and what's going to happen in the next chapter. Those are the only things that I planned out. So then what I've been doing as I've been writing is I have to fill in the gaps. Which which is why it's so slow, because what I'm doing is I am adding descriptions. I'm trying to add character, perspective, foreshadowing, and then I need to also make it flow. Or too slow. Yep. Like, I'm not worried if, like, maybe there's a part that's a bit too rushed, or there's a part that's a bit too dragging on, because I think as long as I'm not trying to write something that's perfect. I'm trying to write something that I'm happy with. Okay. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna skip. So the reason why I'm gonna skip is because I have just this part here is about right after they've exited the forest. But I already talked about the golden fields that seem to stretch infinitely ahead, right? Which means there's no reason for me to talk about it again. So why would I talk about it again? So I'm just gonna skip to the next part, which I need to go and look at my overview because I don't remember what's the next part supposed to be. Emails. Ah, fuck. Where is it? Where is it? That's Project Sparkle. That is not. That is. That is Clockwork Revolution. Here it is. Found it. Project Sparkle's the current working title of the game. Ah! Music started playing. I don't know why. Okay. I know. I can tell. um. Okay. Oh, fudge. Time to introduce a new character. It's actually, I feel like I did a really good job with the first chapter. Because you know how there are those stories where they just introduce like 20 characters right at the beginning, and you're like, what the? How am I supposed to remember all these names? My first chapter had introduced 4 characters total, but only named 2 of them. I mean, because here's the thing, right? What do you think is easier to remember? The If I had actually name dropped Irie's parents, or you just remember Irie's mom and Irie's dad? Exactly. Well, if they're needed later on, right? Then the thing is, the way that I can do that is I can just name drop and then have Irie react with like mom, or I know. um. All right, let's skip. Do I put a space there? Do I not? I don't. Okay. The I actually never watched. I've never watched SpongeBob. Probably a good idea. Sherix told me that she's too afraid to read my novel because she's afraid that she's gonna read the first chapter and she's gonna want more, and then she's gonna bother me. Bother me about writing it. Yeah. We talked about it the last time I was writing on stream. She was like, I haven't read your novel yet because I'm scared that I'm going to read it, really like it, and really want the next chapter, and then I'm going to start bothering you for the next chapter. I mean, I don't mind. It's actually better if you bother me about it because it'll remind me to write. Because sometimes I might just find myself not doing anything, but I'm not writing, and I could be spending that time writing. Come on, Ketsu, write that novel. uh, oh my gosh. これは、これは、これはアメリカ。Oh, this is America. Sorry. これは. No, that's not right. これは. これ. I can't speak. これは. これは. これ. 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 Sorry. I for some reason I just thought this is America, and then thought about how you would say it in Japanese, and then I wanted to say it in a really like, you know how they go, this is America. I wanted to say that, but in Japanese. True. It'd be like, this is America. You're very welcome. Oh man, I'm about to get canceled. Let's go. Cancel me. Woo! If I get canceled, what am I gonna do? Nothing. I just not gonna do anything. No, I'm just gonna stay on Twitch. Nah, I don't use TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I never plan to begin with. Really? You're bored? I can't imagine being bored. Mm-hmm. Mainichi. Mainichi. Nichikan. Ah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, you did get a ping? Oh, okay. Interesting. Hmm. That's interesting. You shouldn't have gotten a ping for that because there wasn't any ping. It was just a message. Oh, maybe it's because it's an announcement. So it automatically pings. Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. You might. Okay, here's the thing, right? With the favorite notifications thing, that is going to go off a lot. If I, so it's the reason why it's gonna go off a lot is because it is currently linked to your channel, my channel, Rain's channel, Ahi's channel, and well, I guess Sherix doesn't really matter, and Sherix's, but Sherix doesn't stream. I don't think she's here. But also, so once there's a lot of people that, once I get more people to join the server, right? If any of the people in the server are online on Discord, have their Twitch, have their Twitch connected to their Discord account, and then they start streaming, it'll automatically put a message in favorite notifications to that to let us know that they're streaming. Isn't that cool? I don't know if it'll ping, but because I haven't tested it, but we'll see. Wait, from no one? How does that work? Oh. I, ichi, ichi, ji, hon, desu. Mainichi. の香りがしたんだ. I'm trying to learn Japanese so I can sing Japanese songs because right now all I'm doing is memorizing the lyrics after listening to it a whole bunch without knowing what they mean, and I'd like to know what it means. Although I do mostly know most of the lyrics in this song, but well, the song that was just playing, whatever. All right. I might actually end the stream here because it's like, ugh. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll see. I might. You did just get here. That's fair. I'm actually gonna go and do some art. Let me do some art. Yeah. Let me know when you will arrive, running around the world for me, your entire life. That it will work out. There's no future without you and I. Mm-hmm. You're my life. Did you say heads up? Sorry. I almost made a really bad joke about hardness. I can't. My stream says I'm not. My rules. See, I'm always less of a. I'm always less What am I trying to say? Hold on. I'm always less like. I'm less. What's the word? I'm less crazy, I guess, in a sense, when it's not my when it's my stream. You embraced it when I offered you my life, running around the world for me, leaving behind your entire. Oh shit. But Sherrick said I could design clothes for her. At what I'm gonna draw? Why? I'll have you know that I told her the concept of what I'm drawing the last time I did an art stream. What? Are you okay, buddy? Wait, was it the ad that just played? Oh my god. That's hilarious. I'm not gonna comment on that because if I comment on that, it would have been a joke. You can try to track me down, buddy. Yeah, but your brother's black. You are? Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. No, that wasn't a did I fuck up. That was a I am genuinely questioning whether or not you are adopted. Should have done it. Would have been funny. Just saying. I always hate drawing clothes on top of the body because I have to make sure that it overlaps, and it's really fucking annoying. Hmm. How is that gonna look there? Is my question though, because that's weird. Um, what if I just? No one wants to do that, Misty Boy. Let's be real here. Is it? Yeah, you should have thought that through, buddy. Aliens all now. Down the streets right there. Well, it's not like monsters here, so it's okay. Well, I wasn't talking about. I was just talking about like I'm glad Monster wasn't here to hear you say that. It's because I'm the only person that has enough points, obviously. Trust me, I know. No one lurks in my streams. Well, Sherix lurks. Sherix lurks a lot because she's busy. Yeah, she's busy. But I still appreciate her because she's an artist. Yeah. I think it's really just a thing with artists. We all support each other for the most part. Especially with like new artists, they're always so supportive. You have a personal Twitter? I wasn't planning to. I was just like I didn't know people like had personal Twitters. I don't have a personal Twitter. My Twitter is 100% dedicated to streaming. Let me guess, it's Legend Whisperer. Thank God. To what? Are we talking about R34 stuff? Okay, cool. On your timeline. That was yeah, that was basically my timeline on my old Twitter account. Isn't that it's weird to say that because I have like 6 Twitter accounts now. Yeah. I have one that's dedicated to my other persona, which you're never gonna find, hopefully. and then and then I have one dedicated to my old YouTube channel, which I don't use. Well, I still use the account, but I don't post. And then I have one for a podcast that I'm planning to make soon when I get the time and whenever Shrooms decides to actually communicate. Um, how many of that? That's what 3. I have a private one. Well, I used to have a private one. I think I deleted it. And then obviously I have my old VTuber account and then my current one. Oh wait, no, I have one more. Like if you look up on Twitter at my old tag, you think it's Nate Art? It still exists because that's a placeholder account that I made. Um, I don't use it. I just made the account so that I could keep tag. Yeah. I'm gonna end up changing the tag anyway because Eating Kitsune is not really my identity anymore. I might change it to Ikitsu Art, and then I'll just post all my art there and then repost it onto my, or I'll post it on my thing and then I'll repost it onto the art thing. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Um, it's in the same way that I named my VODs channel on YouTube Ikitsu VODs because it's like Ikitsu VA. Just take the A out. Now you can put in ODS. It's VODs. That really fit in there. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to make videos. I just need to figure out what I want to make videos about. Because like I don't think I'm good enough of an artist to be able to make like videos about art. You know, I always whenever I go on Twitter and I see all these artists that are and then they have these like impeccable shading and renders and I'm over here like how the fuck do I even do that? And wait. But mentally, yeah. It's a brighter, feeling tighter. I'm actually surprised that Sherix didn't come today. Although maybe she's busy. Yeah, that's I wouldn't be surprised if she did. Uh, I mean, granted today is a Monday, so she's probably like extra busy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what I want to do for the rest of this section here. I'm gonna drag it down, pull that up, and then what? What can I add here? Nothing. What if I just make it nothing, and then I because I need like this could work. If I do something like this, where we cut it there and then we apply. No. But what if we? Ooh, wait a minute. So what if I did that, and then but I made it long sleeved, applied this on top. That could work. I want to give it frillies because it's gonna be red on the inside, black on the top. So that obviously it has to be. I need to find one of those like frilly shirts that I can use as a reference for this. It's on. You need to be apart. No, you might not be. Ah! So what? Hmm. Do I want to separate it on top or just draw it all as one? Probably easier if I draw it all as one. Which means what's up? Level? What does that mean? 40? Why? Well, I don't, I wouldn't say I'm further than you. Um, I spent a bunch of time, okay, here's the thing, right? I only have 3 characters. I just leveled up the 3 characters I have. Did you? Because you have to ascend them, buddy. This is hilarious. Oh my god. The fact that you didn't ascend them is hilarious. Well, apparently you didn't. Say it. Say it. Pussy. uh, that was funny. God damn. All right, I'm gonna end stream now. It's not because of you. It's because it's it is no. It's because I have like 10 minutes, so I must because I need time to raid. So we're gonna end here. Let me see if I can find someone to raid into though. Okay, we're gonna try and find someone to raid into, guys. So if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna see who I can raid. Why are there no people around my size? That's fair. I forgot to change my category to art. Let me do that before we end so that I can tell people that I was doing art. Yeah, not just chatting. I mean, I was just chatting earlier, but art is the more sense. What? Art is a category for a while, though. It's been a minute since they've added. Do I though? I don't know if I know exactly what you're talking about. I maybe know a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, I need a. Guys, we're ending. Sorry. I apologize that we're ending so early. Well, we're not ending early, honestly. We're not ending earlier than I usually end, to be honest. We're actually ending later than I usually end because I usually end before 10:30. So keep that in mind. Just gonna pop you a little bit up. There we go. Okay. I need to go and find someone to raid. He's tiny. I mean, he's tiny. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, yeah. You should probably be careful about what you say. I'm just saying, in your eyes. Let's see if this person's 18 plus or not. They're using the Suika model. Cool. Jesus Christ, 1.2K. Yeah. That's a lot. I am not gonna choose that person. I don't even know who they were. I'm trying to find smaller streamers, bro. 1.2 is a lot. We want smaller streamers so we can support them. Support. We gotta support the. Oh yeah, I feel that. Cool. All right, we're gonna go and raid. Um, Raid message first and foremost, guys. Here's the raid message. I need to make a banana emote so I can put it in there. But anyway, we're gonna be raiding this person. They are a streamer. They seem pretty cool, so we're gonna raid them. Obviously. Um, do you know who they are? Okay, don't follow them yet. Wait until the raid. You're gonna. Oh, okay. Anyway, guys, I will catch you all later. Bye bye. Say goodbye. Okay. Everyone, feel free to use the raid message if you want to, but you don't have to. I'd appreciate it if you did. I'm gonna be heading off. My next stream might be tomorrow. It'll probably be tomorrow, but it might not be tomorrow. 8 p.m. EST, EDT, GMT -4. Thank you. All right. Bye bye, guys.